Hiya, welcome back to In the Kitchen with Tabby. Guys, there are so many ways to make egg salad. So many ways. But I think this way is the best way. It is absolutely delicious. It's got a whole range of flavors in it that are just gonna explode when you take a bite. And you're absolutely going to love it. I got the recipe from natashaskitchen.com. So if you don't follow her on Facebook, you should. Check out her recipes, they're great. And yeah, I think you guys are absolutely going to love it. Let's have some fun and let's get cooking. I'm gonna show you the fastest way I have found to hard boil the eggs and have them peel like a dream. You're not even gonna believe how easily. I've been doing this ever since I learned it. I will post a link to the YouTube video that I followed. It is the easiest egg hard boiling you're ever gonna do. That probably didn't make any sense and was probably not proper English, but that's okay. So I've got water in my pan here, just enough water to cover the eggs. You don't want to fill the whole pot. You don't want a whole lot of water, so just enough water to cover the eggs. I'm going to turn that on high and it's going to start to boil. And once that starts to boil, I will come back and I'll show you what's next. But listen, a little tip. Don't take your eggs out of the refrigerator. Keep them in the refrigerator until you're ready to put them in the pot, okay? So if you're thinking about making it, keep those eggs in the refrigerator. You want them nice and cold. But as soon as this starts to boil, I'll come back and I'll show you what's next. Be right back. Okay guys, water is boiling. So I'm going to take my little slotted, I don't know what you call that. Like when you're frying things, you can use this to pull them out, but I'm going to use it to put my eggs in. My eggs are cold. I just took them out of the refrigerator. You just want to gently lay them down into that boiling water. And the coolness of those eggs is probably going to stop the water from boiling, but it may not. Depends on how many eggs you put in there. Now I'm going to set my timer for exactly 13 minutes. And I'm going to turn my heat down just a little bit because I don't want them to boil over. And I am going to just take a wooden spoon and go across it just like that, just to make sure they don't boil over. So 13 minutes, they're going to cook in that water. And then when that time is up, I'll come back and show you what we're going to do next. Super easy, guys. Hang tight. All right, timer's going off. So we're going to take our eggs right over here to the sink. One of them split just a little bit, but let's do a deviled eggs. I probably wouldn't use this one. But since we're doing egg salad, it doesn't matter if it cracks a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna set it down in the sink. Let me tilt my camera here. And we're gonna start running cold water over it. And I am gonna dump just a little bit of that hot water out just to speed up that process a little bit. We're gonna let that cold water run over it for about a minute. And then once that cold water runs over them, let that out one more time. I have a pitcher with ice here. And we are going to take this ice and dump it right in over the egg. Okay. Dump all that ice in there. All right, so I'm gonna set my timer now for 15 minutes. And when that timer goes off, I'll come back and I'll show you how easily these are gonna peel. You guys are gonna be amazed. I'll be right back. Okay guys, timer's going off. So I'm gonna take this pan of eggs over here. Ignore the dishes. I don't think you guys are ever gonna come to my kitchen without there being dishes either in the sink or in the drain, one or the other. I can't hide them in the dishwasher since I don't have one. All right, so we're gonna dump this out. All right. So here's my first egg. I just poked a little hole in it by accident, but I'm just gonna show you here real quickly. If you take that egg and just kind of roll it on the plate gently, you don't wanna give it too much pressure. Just roll it gently and then peel that shell off of there. You can already feel that it's coming out. Look at the inside of that shell. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, Val, if you're watching, thank you so much for my eggs. I love them. All right, guys, that's it. Look at how clean that peeled. Absolutely beautiful. All right, I'm gonna peel the rest of these real quick. That is just absolutely perfect. Perfect, it does it like that every time. But anyway, I'm gonna peel the rest of them real quick and then I'll come back and we'll whip up our egg salad. Just takes 2 minutes. I'll be right back. All right, so before we start throwing all of this together, I want to show you the egg and how well it is cooked. So I'm just gonna cut one of these open. And you can see how beautifully that yolk is cooked. It is absolutely perfect. All right, so I have a little egg slicer here. If you like your egg salad a little more chunky, you can just use a knife to chop it up and just give it a rough chop. I like to put it through this little egg slicer. Chops it up just a little bit more fine. So I'm gonna slice these up. So in case you don't have one, you put it in this way, press down, pick it up, put it back in the other direction, and just drop it right out. These are great for kiwi and strawberry too. If you don't have an egg slicer, I would recommend you get one for your kitchen. That's one of those kitchen essentials that I love. Okay, so this recipe, I've pared it down just a little bit. The original recipe comes from Natasha's Kitchen, natasha'skitchen.com, and she used 8 eggs in her original recipe. So I used 5 small eggs. They were on the smaller side. All right, so to the eggs, I'm going to put in some paprika, salt, pepper, and some dill. And I just used this dill weed like this. You can use fresh dill if you want to as well. And I will put the recipe in the comments, so don't worry about how much I'm putting in right now. I'll put that in the comments. I'm also going to add to it, the recipe didn't call for this, but you know me, I like to just wing it sometimes. So I'm throwing in a little bit of lemon zest, just because I like lemon zest, and I think it'll give it a nice punch. And we are going to add a little bit of lemon juice as well. So there's lemon juice. And now we're going to add some chopped celery and some chopped red onion. Pop that in. Okay. And the last thing we're going to put in, I have a little bowl here that's got mayonnaise, some Dijon mustard, and a little bit of minced garlic. Just a little bit, you don't need a whole lot. So we're going to put all of that in. Now, obviously, this is to taste. So if you like a lot of garlic, you can always add a little more garlic to it if you want to. If you like it creamier, you can add more mayonnaise. If you like more celery, add more celery. You do you. Whatever you think tastes good for you. So now we're just going to mix this up. And I think it is going to be delicious. Make sure you get all of that goodness. We want all of those ingredients to get to know each other really well. Let them get really well acquainted. Now, just like anything, the longer this sits, the better it's going to taste. So just know, probably, you know, if you wanted to make it the day before, you could make it the day before and let it sit, and it would be really good the next day. But it's going to be delicious right away as well. And I know what I'm going to serve it on too. My Amish bread. I have been craving this. And when I made that post this morning about what was the one food you could eat every single day, when I saw Tracy say eggs, I immediately thought egg salad. And then Tracy said she'd never had egg salad. So we got to fix that, Tracy. You got to give this a try. And let me know what you think. All right, that looks really good. I think that looks about right. You can see it's not too creamy. You don't want it too runny. But like I said, if you really like mayonnaise, you can add a little extra if you want to. And I did not have any fresh dill, so I used the dill weed from, you know, the dried. But I can imagine if you had some fresh dill to put on there, that would really look pretty. It would probably really punch up the flavor quite a bit. All right, let's get some bread and give this a try. My husband actually thought that I got this from my Amish neighbor. That's how much he thought it looked like the Amish bread that we usually get. That made my heart pretty happy. I just want you to look at that slice. Isn't that beautiful? The texture of it, oh, it's just perfect. All right, let's get some of this egg salad on here. I'll bring it up here so you guys can see it. Okay, Tracy, you let me know when you try this how you like it. Let's give it a try. Mmm. 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 Okay. There's so many things I can say about this. First of all, that little bit of lemon zest with the lemon juice, you catch it, but it's not like, wow, there's lemon. It's not super overpowering, but you just catch a nice little punch of that lemon. I can taste the dill. I'm not a huge celery fan, but I really like the celery in there. The flavor that it adds, I think, is really good. That little bit of red onion, I wouldn't change a thing. I would make it exactly like this. Just make sure you add the lemon zest. Just a little bit, you don't need a lot. Yeah, that is absolutely delicious. You guys have to give it a try. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And let me know if you made any adjustments, if you added anything or if you left anything out. I heard someone say one time that when you make a new recipe, you should always make it as the recipe is written the first time and taste it the way the recipe writer intended it. And then if you want to make changes the next time, you can. So I pretty much did that this time. I just added that little bit of lemon zest. That was the only thing I changed. But yeah, I encourage you guys to give this a try. It is really, really good. All right, so what do I need you to do? I need you to spread this around like some good butter. It really helps me, but it also helps friends and family see how fun it is to get in the kitchen and just get cooking. Just make something, whip something up really fast. This didn't take very long at all. Next time you make deviled eggs, you know how to boil your eggs so that you can peel them and have them come out really beautiful and not fall apart and have chunks taken out of them. If you're watching this on Facebook, like I said, make sure you spread it around. Make sure you like and comment on the post. That also helps a lot. And then if you're watching on YouTube, make sure that you like and subscribe and comment. Make sure you share it with your friends. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that you never miss a recipe. You want to make sure every time I post a recipe, you get notified so you never miss it. Guys, I appreciate each and every one of you so much. Please remember that Christ is the unseen guest at every dinner table, and he is the silent listener at every conversation. So just make sure that the words that are coming out of your mouth are just like honey, sweet and pure, and that you're loving on people, uplifting them, and shining your light bright, because that's what we're called to do. I appreciate you so much for allowing me into your home, and I love having you in my kitchen. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.